And Global Affairs analyst Ejike Okpa joins me from Dallas, Texas via Skype to talk more on this. Good to have you join us.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for having me.
So, we understand now that everyone seems to be talking about how President Biden has handled the withdrawal and the eventual crisis in Afghanistan, and we see that his ratings has dropped drastically in the U.S. from about 54% in June to now 47%. Talk to us about how Americans view the President Biden's handling of the situation in Afghanistan.
Well, again, I don't want to portion blame, to President Biden because, the Afghanistan thing has been going on for 20 years. So, Bush, Obama, Trump, and now Biden, so Biden is catching the tailwind of this debacle that, I've always said there's no need to waste an American blood on an irresponsible country. We have egg on our face. And it's not looking very good. So I wouldn't say the blame is Biden because Biden has been in office for how long has he been? So this is just a lesson for America. We cannot afford to constantly be the policeman of the world. Some nations are just purely irresponsible. They are very tribal. They are very religious. At the end, who are they killing? They kill their people, and then at the same time, they kill America. Anytime they kill America, it's a celebration for them because it's like, hey, look at what we doing to the superpower. So, Biden, unfortunately, he wanted to pull American troops out because, President Trump has started that process. But, look at what we have. So, the blame goes around for everybody, from Bush to Obama to Trump to now him, because he's the captain of the ship. He has to deal with whatever the ship is doing.
I guess that's why you just mentioned that he's a captain of the ship. Perhaps that's why he's taking much of the blame, because like you rightly noted, this whole plan began with the Trump administration, the plan to pull out of Afghanistan. But let's look at the statement made by David Martin, where he said that, and I want to quote him again, he said, quote, "When we went into Afghanistan, the primary threat was a terrorist attack. And now we're living 20 years later. The primary threat is a terrorist attack." I want you to react to that.
Well, when Bush went in there and we went after Osama, Bin Laden and all the things that happened in 9/11, our goal was to be specific, go over there, deal with that threat, and get out. But then somehow we got intertwined into the situation, and then 20 years later, trillions of dollars spent and a lot of life wasted, and what do we get? So again, this should be a lesson. Russia, USSR at the time pulled out. Afghanistan has just become, what we say in the old country, the fly that is perched on somebody's private part. What do? You let it stay there. They'll hurt you. You hit it, you hurt yourself. So this is just one of those sad situations. But, if I were to be president of America, any country that behaves irresponsibly, well, I'm going to make sure that no American life is affected. Let them implode. Let them butcher themselves. Maybe they will learn a lesson to stop. But once you go in, just like, family, if your neighbor is all being irresponsible and you get involved, you find out it's the entire neighborhood that gets drawn into their irresponsibility. So I don't want to say, Biden is his fault. I don't want to say any particular person, but we as a nation, we as Americans should begin to look at the world. Look, if you can't get your ass together, fine. If you want to invite us to come and manage your affairs, then it should be a contract. We do it for the specific time and we get out. But if to just go in there and thinking that some irresponsible people who don't appreciate life, we're going to come in there and preach democracy to them, treat your women right and your children right. We can't do it. And then I feel sorry because if you come to America, we have social issues. We have homeless people. We have gang wars going on. We get Americans killing Americans, and we haven't taken care of that. And then we're going to go do what for the world? Let them kill themselves. I'm sorry to be this harsh, but that's what I have.
Absolutely, because a lot of people also read that as a very harsh statement. There are people who still think that the Biden administration's policy wasn't wrong, but the implementation wasn't well. The whole policy wasn't well implemented in terms of how America pulled out. But that's that. America has pulled out. Tomorrow is the deadline for the withdrawal. American troops have been lost in this fight, sadly. 13 of them just died in the bomb last week. But let's look at the fact that people think that America should take a level of responsibility. We know that Taliban is now in power, but what about the citizens who are suffering and now in some form of humanitarian crisis? Shouldn't America take responsibility for some of that?
No, America should not. America should not. I'm sorry to say it. America should not. These are Afghans doing it to Afghans. If they're gonna, starve their people, slaughter their people, kill their people just so that they get the attention of the world, that's an irresponsibility. So again, why should America? We have hunger in America. There are 400,000 households in America, every day that go without food. So who's coming here to give us humanitarian assistance? Let charity begin from home. Let every American have enough and in excess to eat before they go give to somebody else. I am that self-centered. Self-preservation is the first order of business. America should quit being the policeman of the world, or have to have generosity for the world when the world don't appreciate it. You want to be appreciated when you do good deed. You don't want to be abused, when your intentions turn out into something that everybody's laughing at you. That's me. I do it to my family members. I do it to Nigerians. If you're not responsible, you don't expect me to come and help. America should adopt this policy. This is 21st century. We are no longer in the colonial era when people who don't come from your country come in to govern you or rule you. Now, every nation has a native of their country ruling them. So if they become irresponsible, just like Buhari going overseas for treatment, if Nigerians let that happen, the joke is on Nigerians. Take your own leadership to accountability and let them do what they're supposed to do. That's what living a good life means, not America.
Can I just ask, because you said that Afghans should take responsibility. Absolutely. People are responsible. Citizens are responsible for the development of their countries, and they should take responsibility for that. But 20 years ago, America went to Afghanistan. Do you think that Afghanistan would have been better for it if America never went in there, or this is the best that Afghanistan could have been with or without America invasion, as it were, American going into interventionist policies in Afghanistan?
Well, good question. Good question. Hindsight is always a better teacher. So what hey, if we have left them to do their thing, maybe they would have. Now, if we go in and inject our own ways of doing things and they reject it, and 20 years after, and we're all looking at it and say, shaking our head or scratching our head and feeling, oh my God, why did we even get there in the first place? So what I'm saying is that there are a lot of lessons to go for the winner and the loser. There are no winners here, there are no losers. It hurts the heart. It hurts the feeling of humanity that a nation will be so committed to destroying itself just so that they can get the world attention. Who does that? Who does that?
But you really think there are no losers? I'm sorry I had to jump in. You really think there are no losers? There are people who are dying every day now in Afghanistan, people who are trying to run away, flee the country. There are women and children who have been trampled on. We saw the video and the clip of a woman and a baby who were trampled on at the airport. You really think that there are no losers in Afghanistan?
Well, what I mean, losers, who is happy with this? Is the Taliban happy because of the way their country is, or is America happy? Is the world happy? So who is the winner? Who is the loser? It's a very bad situation. And I'm just saying, let the Afghan situation be a lesson for countries, just like what Nigeria is headed to. Now, you look at the news outlets and they say, hey, is Nigeria the next Afghanistan? I hate for that to be the case. We should be able to internally look at problems we have, and we get to the table and have conversation and dialogue. Politics is a compromise game. What do you want? Maybe what you want now, next time what I want takes the place. But we shouldn't go to where we are killing each other and blood is being spilled, and then everybody, who is the winner in this situation? Just like what is going on in Just. Who is winner? Why can't we just let be? Let people be. If you're Muslim and you love the Muslim thing, I'm not going to come to your neighborhood. I live in Dallas, Texas. There are parts of Dallas you don't buy liquor. If drinking beer is part of your business, go to the wet area. So we're supposed to learn all this one Nigeria, one world, one this, one that. This is not working. Let people live wherever they're going to have the satisfaction of life and the happiness that come with it. But don't impose Boko Haram, Fulanization of Nigeria, and all these other things that is going on. Look at us. Since, what is his name, Buhari has been in office. It's been a distraction. Fulani this, Fulani that, and everybody's
I think we're moving
trying
off
to figure out
topic.
what's going on.
Just to jump
No,
in
no, we're
here.
not going off topic.
I think
We're
we're
not
going
going
off
off topic.
topic.
All I'm just saying,
I understand that you're relating both issues, which of course, we have a security challenge in the country. Absolutely, you're right. We're going off topic to issues around
no, no,
herders farmers clashes
it's
in
an
Nigeria.
indirect, it's an
But
indirect consequence. It's an indirect consequence because if care is not taken, other countries might just be like Afghanistan. That's why I'm trying to make that inference. I'm not going off track because Afghanistan is one. There are 200 or so countries in the world. Chances are some other country that doesn't see life, as valuable might just, default to the way of Afghanistan.
And you're right. People have also raised those fears that perhaps maybe Nigeria might head in that direction. But we do have, hopefully, our government is on that situation. But there's a lot to talk about in terms of Afghanistan, the evacuation plans, and those that have now been left behind. If the U.S. does stop the evacuations tomorrow, Americans will be left behind. I wish we had enough time to talk about that. And for those who also helped American allies as well. But thank you so much for.
Always, yeah.
I'm sorry, we do have to leave it there. I've been told my time is up. Global Affairs Analyst Ejike Okpa, always a pleasure to have this conversation with you.
Thank you.